Hey, yo, it's Narf here, and we are going to talk about every fight to make after UFC Vegas 87 Rosenstruck versus Shamil Gaziev. What a banger this card was. No, it was low key, all right, though. There were some bad fights and some good fights in here. Um, yeah, but let's get straight into it. I have about 12 fights to talk about here, and I think that I came up with some bangers. Low key bangers, banger alert. So stick around. We got some really interesting fights that I want you guys to talk to me about in the comments, okay? Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It would be so appreciated. Let's get into it. Up first is Christian Leroy Duncan versus the Iron Turtle, Jun Young Parks. Jun Young Park just recently lost. Um, I like him though. I like him a lot. He has a cool vibe about him. Christian Leroy Duncan coming off a big win, uh, knocking out Claudio Ribeiro. That was brutal. Uh, Claudio, maybe chillax with all these knockout artists that you're fighting. Fight a wrestler. Just okay. I don't have a fight for you, but I can't figure that out. But I think this fight would be sick. Jun Young Park. He's really good at wrestling. He's really durable, but he's older. So let let Christian Leroy Duncan get his off test his luck against the Iron Turtle because I always thought the Iron Turtle was really good. He did lose his last fight, but that's okay. That's okay. We all lose fights. No one's perfect except for John Jones. You know what he had to do to get there. So up next is Javi Basharat versus Adrian Yanez. Now, I think this is an interesting fight. Yanez, he's already been fraud checked by a striker. His wrestling, we haven't really seen exposed too much. Basharat, kind of not the best wrestler on the planet. Not everything y'all were telling me he was. So, sorry, I thought he was going to curl up Eamon Zahabi into a ball, but he didn't. He really didn't. He made it look hard. There was an argument for him winning, but Yanez, slick boxer on the feet. He could hurt. He could hurt Bashrat, I think. Um, and we get to see his takedown defense. I think it's an interesting fight. These are the kinds of fights that I want to see. I want to see young prospect versus young prospect and see who goes forward, you know? But up next is Eamon Zahabi or Ariel Hawani, whatever you want to call him, versus Saeed Nurmagomedov. Saeed, I'm not the highest on him. He's not nowhere near Umar Nurmagomedov. Uh, but he's interesting. So let him beat up Eamon Zahabi. I think he'll actually be able to wrestle against him, unlike Javi Basharat, the guy you guys told me. Oh, he's so great. Him and his brother, they're gonna dominate the UFC. No, no, none of that. None of that. Okay? This next fight, very interesting, okay? I got Vinicius Oliveira versus Bekzat Almakan. Listen here. I know Bekzat lost and Vinicius won. Vinicius didn't have the best of times against this Sopaj kid. Sopaj is good, I think. But let's put Vinicius Oliveira and Bekzat Almakan. Bekzat looked good. He was scrambling. He knocked down Umar. I mean, it's hard to put him like at the top. Like we can't have him fighting some great fighter for his real first fight because it's just unfair having to go against one of these Nurmagomedovs or anything like that for your first fight. That's just tough. So let's put him against Vinicius Oliveira. I think I'd take Bekzat here. Bekzat's good, so yeah, I'd take Bekzat. I would take Saeed. I would take Basharat, and I'd take CLD. Okay, so those are some of the fights. Let's go on to the next fights. So up next is Bernardo Sapage. I wanted to give him a fight. He looked interesting. It's not a big name, right? This dude's really young. He's like 23 or something. So I figured let's give him a really old prospect coming right into the UFC, an old man at the bottom of the rankings, okay? Carlos Vera. He's not very good. Get Sopaj a win. He was talking trash all week, so let them talk some trash. Maybe the old man barks back, you know. But should be. I think Sopaj wins that. You know, it's just feed him a win. You know, that's basically what I want to do here. Okay, up next is Eric Yo boy Anders versus Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez. This is an interesting fight. I don't love Eric Anders. His fights are usually just him grabbing at you and trying to take you down, and then us realizing, oh yeah, he was a football player and not a wrestler. So he's gonna try. He's gonna get some just from being super physical, but let's put him against Gregory Rodriguez, who is super powerful, has good jujitsu, really good jujitsu, and I think he makes it hard for Eric Anders' game plan to start. I think that is probably a Gregory Rodriguez win, but we could see Gregory Rodriguez get tired with all these takedowns. Eric Anders is going to shoot on him, and maybe Gregory starts shooting like, you know what? Let's pull the ghillie. I'm tired of him shooting at my legs over and over and over and over. But regardless, I got Gregory Rodriguez. Should be an interesting fight. Could go either way, but I got Greg. Up next, Steve Erceg versus my favorite veteran, Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott's weird. Steve Erceg, weird. I think this would just be an interesting matchup. We put two interesting looking dudes in there, and just it's the battle of the weird. I love weird. So let's make it happen. I probably got Steve Erceg because Tim Elliott's just older. He's really really hard to finish. So probably by decision. It's gonna be a good fight though. Really good fight. Up next, Umar Nurmagomedov got hurt. Kinda struggled against a guy who had a short notice, who was much smaller than him. Obviously, over time, he was able to get him tired, but I think that just happened to do with short notice for Bekzat. Bekzat did a really good job, kind of exposed a little bit of the Umar. We thought that this was going to be easy walk through. Well, some people did. I didn't necessarily think it was going to be that easy, but I got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Song Yadong. And let me tell you guys, I got Song Yadong. And why am I choosing Song Yadong to fight? You're like, he fights next week against Peter Yan. He's going to get real hurt. He's going to get real hurt against Peter Yan. Nah, no. I got Song Yadong in that fight. So I just whoever the winner of this fight is, it's a close fight. But I do slightly have Song Yadong, which is why I put him here. I think this is a good fight. Song Yadong, durable, hard to take down, muscle bound as hell, strong. He hits hard. I think this is an interesting fight. So let's check. See what happens. I think that we probably got a Song Yadong win, though. Up next. Up next. We have the fraud himself, Muhammad Makayev versus Mateus Nicolau. In this one, yeah, I probably got Makayev. He's just on a run. He's gonna get. His style's so tough. Um, but he's hard to beat. He's got crazy cardio. He's pretty durable. Uh, he's hungry. He's so hungry. Like he was pissed when he lost. He's a dog. He's a dog. But bit of a fraud check, low key, low key. Up next, Vitor Petrino versus Dustin Jacoby. Well, the reason I chose this one is one, light heavyweight has not the biggest roster to choose from. Let me put this guy in the center. Make it look good, you know. But I probably got Vitor Petrino here, Jacoby, a little chinny maybe. Uh, he has a cool style. I think Vitor might struggle just because he throws a lot of like power and he kind of exaggerates his shots. I could see this being a fight where Jacoby's landing combos on him, but yeah, I probably got Vitor there. Up next, Shamil, the tired one himself, the quitter, versus Chris Barnett. It sells itself, boys. It sells itself. We got the greatest athlete in UFC history versus Shamil Gaziev. Tell me there's a better fight. And tell me there's a better athlete. I saw Chris Barnett do a wheel kick into a front flip. One of the most athletic front flips I've ever seen in my life. Can't tell me otherwise, okay? But yeah, I got Chris Barnett by nah, I'm just kidding. I got Shamil Gaziev. This is an interesting fight though. Imagine if Chris Barnett, like y'all were talking up Shamil Gaziev like he was this great wrestler, but those were some terrible takedown attempts. He just kind of ran at him head first. Like he almost ate the side of the octagon a couple of times. That was pretty great. He got tired. He quit. Don't put him in any 5 round fights for a couple of years, please. 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 Uh, Shamil Gazia versus Chris Barnett. Sounds fun. Sounds fun, at least. We might get to see this dude get flatlined. Shamil, that would be fun. Up next is Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Sergey Spivak. I just don't know. This division sucks. It's tough to match make when everyone's already fought and there's not a huge amount of talent that are just flying in on this division. It's people have been around, been knocked out by the top guys, lost to the top guys. And so it was an interesting fight. Make it happen. I guess I probably have Sergey Spivak. He's just a little more well-rounded. Jairzinho has like high key overrated power too. Uh, he really don't be knocking people out with one shot. He kind of be on the volume. Like he has to land a lot for you to knock you out. So yeah, I probably got Sergey Spivak. Just probably taking him down. Actually being able to shoot a takedown probably wins you a fight against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Because once you get him on the ground, he's like a fish. So yeah, let's make these fights happen. Let me know what you guys think about all of these fights. I want to know your guys' thoughts on who you think is going to win this next weekend. Sean O'Malley versus Cheeto Vera. My predictions will be coming out on Wednesday, so stay tuned and you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.